Hey folks, I wanted to post a little video helping you navigate around the ebook if you haven't already. So when you click on ebook over here on the course menu, this is where you're going to land, and this should be the only thing in the folder. There might eventually be a Cengage link if you need technical assistance, but you just click on our course and this opens up as a pop-up box. There's no way to change that. So if you have a pop-up blocker, you're going to need to change your settings. So if you click on this link here, and you just get like a red bar across here that says a pop-up is blocked, you're going to need to allow pop-ups from Blackboard in order to open up the book because there's no other way to do it. So it says loading. You need to be on reliable internet to open the book because it's electronic, it's out on the web. So if you don't have a reliable internet at home, of course you can access it on our school's Wi-Fi, and if you don't have a device, of course we have open computer labs in the library and other places. So this is our book, right? So here's all the different sections. We're not going to read all of this, and we're not going to read it all in order. So you may need to go in on one day to read one little part of chapter 11, but also read a little thing in chapter 2. So you have to be able to navigate around this. So you can open up all these. They all have different like subheadings and stuff, or you can leave them tucked up and closed. Here, you're going to see class average, scores, all these things. This isn't going to change because we don't do our grade book. We don't do our assignments through the book itself. So you're going to see things in here that it says that assignments count towards your grade. But unless the module assignment sheet tells you to do an assignment, you don't have to. You can do all the practice exercises you want, of course, but you don't have to. Here are a bunch of tools. I don't require you to use any of them, but some of them are very helpful. So here's my notes. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer so you can see. If you want to highlight parts or take notes in the books so you can access later. Ask a tutor. I haven't had anybody who has used this. I recommend you try and give me some feedback where you can submit a paper and a Cengage tutor will help you with it. Here's the glossary that would be in the back of the print book. Applia is the homework software, I think, through the book. But like I said, we don't do our homework through here, so you don't have to worry about that. Here's the entire book if you just want to scroll page to page. Read Speaker is a neat function, and I'll show you here in a minute, where it can read the text to you. So if you have reading comprehension issues or vision problems, or if you just want the book to read your homework to you while you're chopping tomatoes, it's very useful. Questia, this is a way to do some research. I don't require you guys to use it, but you certainly can. So for instance, say you're doing a paper on child obesity for our class or another class, and you type that into the search, and look, we got 11,000 results. You can read the title, see all the contributors, see all the keywords, and then if you want, you can click into this article and read it. So Questia is a good resource that I recommend you use. There's flashcards. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here. If you like playing around with software and you want to tell me, hey, I played with the flashcards and they don't seem very useful, I don't recommend them, but I submitted a paper to Ask a Tutor and that was really useful for students, I recommend you have them look at it. I appreciate any of that kind of feedback. I haven't been able to get in and play around with it yet. So when you click into a section, so say I'm going to have you read 10.2 or something, and you click into chapter 10 here. When you open this up, you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff that isn't necessary. So first of all, there's the learning objectives. They're going to tell you what they're going to tell you in the chapter. There's the chapter itself. Some of these have extra readings, and then you can see that this says counts toward grade, and this says homework. You can go in and do these. I'm happy to give you feedback and look at them. They're not required. So unless it's on the module assignment sheet, don't stress about this. So if I'm asking you to go in and read chapter 10-2, we click into the chapter, and here's our little chapter contents. So you can see that some of these have subheadings. So there's 2A and 2B. If I've asked you to read 2A and 2B, you just click into here, and most of these are pretty short. They're not very long. And you can click one to the next if you want to do that as well. Once you're here, you'll see that sometimes there's link, like this says Figure 10.1. If you want to click at this, it'll take you to a different page of the book, different content that would help you reading this here. While you're here, if you look in this right-hand corner, you can print, you can bookmark, you can change the size of the font if this is too small. And here's the reader if you want it to read to you.
A topic proposal for your essay. Selecting the right subject matter is important to every writer to help you clarify your idea.
Okay, so it sounds like a spooky computer because, well, it is. So, but anyway, we have this option available if you want. You'll notice that we're in section 2B, or 10.2B right here. If I close this out and then open the chapter back up, it'll be where we stopped. So you can go back and finish your reading and you'll be right in the same spot. If you need to go back to the chapter contents, like you want to go and see 10.1, but you don't want to click all these way, you can just click on chapter contents and it brings you right back to here. Once you're here, you can click this box to close this and you go back to this main screen with all the different parts and chapters. So some of these down here, there's some practice. If you can do a pre-test, you know that you struggle with fragments or comma splices. You can go do some assignments in here and some practice skills and do a post-test. I may have us come in here and do a homework assignment or something out of here. So the main parts is that you can play with all this stuff over here on the right. It's not necessary. If the book tells you that something counts for a homework assignment, don't pay attention to that. Just pay attention to what's in the module assignment sheet. And when you click open a chapter, there's a lot of extra stuff. So remember just to the one that just says chapter 11. This is where the actual readings will be. Although if I do have us read something else, I'll give you the author's name and the title for one of these bonus readings. So that's about it. Important things to remember is that you have to be on reliable Wi-Fi to open it. And because it does open as a pop-up, you have to have pop-ups enabled from our website. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.